User research. It is something that I've been trying to do this past week for the X School, and that means that I've been trying to talk to a variety of types of students, whether it's singers, musicians, actors, startup founders, as many different people as I possibly can, in order to figure out how to build this unconventional school for these students. And I've learned a lot, and part of what I've been trying to do today specifically is listening to these tapes, listening to all of these conversations, taking notes on them, trying to organize them, so I have this kind of comprehensive understanding of, okay, what do students want in an unconventional university? What do they like? What problems do they have? What do they like about high school or college? What didn't they like? Just so I can start to get a real picture in my mind of how can I build this particular school for this student. And I wanted to share just a few different clips of conversations that I've had with students over the course of these user interviews and just a few of the insights that I have gained. So please enjoy some of my user research interviews.
What do you most miss about school right now? Is there anything that you kind of miss that you wish you had more of in your life as a result of school?
Yeah, I definitely miss having that structure every day where, you know, you're around all of these people that are close to your age and you're all in this place where hopefully you're supposed to be learning things and doing things and active. And
to be honest, like, school kept me so motivated. So I'm so glad I did my 4 years.
And what about school kept you motivated?
What kept me motivated is that sometimes, like, with modeling, it's all over the place. Like, you could have 8 castings a day, and then the next day you have absolutely nothing going on unless you make work for yourself. Because sometimes just getting up and having to do schoolwork made you feel like you actually, like, were contributing to your own life. And, like, you had control over your own life, yeah.
Yeah, structure completely. No, I completely get it.
You know, I crave structure because it's hard to be independent without structure. You know, it's a lot harder. Like, I used to really recommend everybody to drop out and all that, and now I disagree with that because I think people need structure, and you should make that structure as high quality as you can, and right now the structure is very low quality. I used to feel like I wanted the structure, but the structure is limiting. It is also still structure.
So as you may notice, a few themes are coming up pretty consistently across the board, and that is that students love structure. They love feeling like they have kind of organization within their day. It's not just kind of this jumbled mess where every day is different, and particularly students who are pursuing unconventional career paths. These are people who are not working 9-to-5s, who are trying to go to auditions, who are trying to start a company, who are trying to maybe do music, and as a result of that, none of their lives are particularly structured. And so a school for these students really should be structured. It should be the opposite of that, because that is what they are missing in their lives. And so structure is something that I'm really trying to see how I can emphasize now with the X School.
Switching gears, tell me about school. What did you really like about school? What did you not like about school? High school specifically.
The community that was there, I think I loved that feeling of everything being so close. You know, like the entire world is really that bubble once you enter that building.
I think as a teenager going into adulthood, college is a way to find a community of people that will be in your life for a long time, to socially kind of connect with like other people. Like, I think for me, like, when I look at what my friends are doing, like, it's nice to have like a sense of community, because it's just when you are at college, like, you just automatically, like, you don't have to like force yourself to do that. It just comes naturally. Yeah. Whereas when your like workplace is like kind of like just you perfecting your craft, it is a lonely place. So you really have to like go out of your way to connect with people. And I think that's really important.
The social life. I knew this was going to be a big one because it's a big one for me. I mean, the reason I came to school was because I wanted that community. It was because I wanted to be around kids my own age doing a variety of interesting things. And I think that's what most often is missing in the real world after we leave school. And so it's no surprise to me that these kids also want to be around a variety of other like-minded individuals. And the social aspect of school is exactly why I want to have living in person and classes online. So it's something I want to continue thinking about, but definitely no surprise to me.
And a large part of what I disliked about high school was that, we got all this information, but we weren't taught how to apply it. So you're filling your head with all this knowledge, and then you graduate and you have no idea what to do because you were given everything. You were equipped with everything, but you have no idea where to put it, how to use it. And I feel like that's just a major, divvy in the American education system, at least from what I've seen.
yeah, there are certain things, like I was talking to my mom about it because she's been super supportive of me throughout this whole wild time, that I just didn't feel like high school or college was preparing me for a lot of the real life skills that are really necessary for me now. Simple things like always getting back to people, or how to talk business with people, or how to carry yourself, or how to do taxes, or, all of these real life skills that I think especially in my industry, you need, and you
Sure.
need to present yourself in a certain way and whatever. I didn't feel like school prepared me for that at all, and I just kind of hustled on my own to compensate for that.
I felt this way for a while, that school does not teach enough practical knowledge. You don't get enough of the life skills out of school. And it was interesting just hearing students kind of agree with that, thinking about, yeah, they don't really understand what I need as an individual outside of school, or I wasn't taught how to actually apply the knowledge that I was given throughout school. So I definitely think practical knowledge is at the center of how I really need to do this. And I definitely think that it's something that I want to make sure is emphasized.
Have you ever felt like something has held you back from success so far?
Right now, feeling like I have no connection to the industry in any way or to any sort of resource that would, allow me to do what I want to do. That's probably the biggest thing, like literally holding me back right now, is that I'm missing that for sure.
So, or they have this kind of clear identification of like, these things have held me back from success.
Yeah, I think having a real team has helped. Like not having a real team.
Okay, elaborate. Like, what if I gave you the money? What would that real team look like?
Well, for music, it would be having a manager, creative director, just kind of like people to make the vision happen. So, for example, like with creating content, like a videographer, an editor, a person who knows how to storyboard, like concepting, like just like everything that goes into like formulating like a brand, you know what I mean? Like you need all those people, and then like obviously like the resources like to get it. There's like a lot of other people that you would need, but I would say just having like a team, like it's not even about like the people as much as it's about like the right people, and having like the right people that like connect with you and like see your vision and like understand what you're trying to like go for, if that makes sense. Like it's really hard to like find those people.
And last but not least, core insights that I've gotten from the X School and from these user interviews is the importance of a network, the importance of having these kind of advantages, whether it's finances, whether it's a network, whether it's mentors, to actually succeed in the real world. I mean, when I talked to the actress, I got a better understanding of just how important having maybe a manager or an agent is, or when I talked to maybe a startup founder, I get a better understanding of how important it is to be plugged into venture capitalists or investors. If I can give students a phenomenal network, it's gonna really give them a big leg up in the world, where otherwise they might not be able to have that because of the position that they came from in life. So overall, I really enjoyed doing these interviews, and the fun part happens now when I get to actually take all of the insights that I've learned and apply them into really building this company. So the very next step, I think, as a result of doing all of these user interviews, is to actually start building a new website to reflect what I've learned. A website that really reflects a lot of the ideas talked about, a lot of the problems that these students are facing, and the solutions that I maybe have in mind. So I'm really excited for that next step. I will share that video with you hopefully in the next week or so. And otherwise, thank you so much for tuning in. All right, bye-bye.